Good morning, everybody. It is Ryan Miller, General Manager at GenesisMailers.com. I hope everybody's having a great start to their week. This is a wonderful Tuesday morning here in chilly, cold Southern California. Certainly not as cold as a lot of my friends and business partners across the nation in the Midwest and the Northeast, especially this week. Hope everybody's staying warm out there and using those brooms without bristles. Quick little story. When I first got on the road traveling and started doing events, a boy from Southern California growing up in the car business working weekends, not only was it a shock to find out that people were closed on Sundays as a law across the state for the car industry and other industries, but on my third trip to Wisconsin, it was going to snow. I had Italian leather shoes on that are going to get salt rings. I learned that lesson that day. But probably the biggest lesson I learned was when they gave me a broom because we were going to go out and sweep the snow off of the cars. Little did I know they handed me a broom with a foam end. And I looked at them and said, "This ain't a broom. It doesn't have any bristles." And everybody lost it. I'll always remember that time. That was with the Pullman Auto Group out of Racine, and it was Mark Amburn, who is still their general manager there and a terrific gentleman and a great company man. He was the one laughing at me, introducing me to that. That actually started our relationship and a conversation together that I'll always remember. He knew at that point that I worked hard and was green between the ears when it comes to traveling, and he gave me an opportunity to grow in his showroom throughout the years, and I've always appreciated that. And I'll never forget that story of the first time that I experienced a snow broom in the Midwest. So, folks, I hope everybody, like I said, is having a good start to the week here. I wanted to come on and talk about a few things, specifically a current event that's going on that's kind of boggled me, at least in our industry, the mail business, something that I've never heard of. Besides a tragedy or, for instance, September 11th that happened, or I can't even remember another holiday that it wasn't a disaster where the United States Postal Office shuts down for the entire day, just because they feel like it. Now, I understand a natural disaster. Things happen. You got to get people to their families. No worries at all. Me being in the mail business, maybe I am selfish. But this week, President 41, George Bush, as you know, passed away, and they are holding his funeral service on Wednesday. And the United States Post Office has decided to suspend all carrier route deliveries for Wednesday. That's kind of a different thing for me to think about. All respect due to Mr. George H. Bush. But why are they shutting down the USPS and making it hard for us folks that depend on mail delivery on time to do that? So that's just a local topic, or I'd say a national topic, but local here to us that we keep chatting about this morning. So nothing we can't handle. That's why when we do business, I know I push a lot of you that are listening to this for sign-offs and for vehicles and for certain things that we need, and you might think sometimes that Ryan's just bugging me or he's having somebody call me to get something that he needs and it not necessarily is the right time for it. Well, I do it on purpose because I get everything out and on time, and I build in for things like this. So even though we're having the USPS shutdown on Wednesday for President George Bush's funeral service, our mail will still deliver on time. So anybody listening to this that has a delivery going out this week with Genesis, just know we've been tracking everything since we knew about this yesterday morning, and we're going to have a successful week regardless. So on to another topic here at Genesis. Everything coming into the end of the year is going very well. We've booked quite a few end of the month, closing out the year mailers with companies. A lot of them are model year closeout, year-end closeout and such. And I even had a dealership start with a New Year's theme that I thought was really neat that we're running on the last 2 days of the year into that week. So very, very good things going on for the end of the month here. I'm pretty excited about. Those of us that work for Genesis out there listening to this, I hope you all are having a great holiday season and you're planning well. I appreciate everybody's effort and hard work they had on Black Friday. November was a killer month for us. We had all hands on deck, and I appreciate all the effort. Everything went absolutely smooth. Clients were happy. Customers were happy. Everything, all signs pointed north. I am super excited to see what dealerships, clients, buddies of mine that have had significantly better years than they did over 2017. And I'm excited for the end of the year closeout so we can get those numbers in and tally them up with everybody. It's really exciting that having clients that make more money year over year and watching them grow through that process, and even a lot of them being part of it. You know, some of the dealerships give us the recognition, and then obviously we're just the marketing and mail guys that bring the opportunities. But, you know, when we're not doing a staffed event, we're not closing deals. So I understand you close the deals, and that's all your credit, and I appreciate it. Kudos to you. Hopefully somewhere in the back of your mind you feel like we are a little bit responsible helping you with marketing and bringing good quality leads to the table. So kudos to all of you having a great year. And those of you that are not having a better year than last year, and there are those dealerships out there listening to this, that's okay. You know, there's nothing better than the end of the year to do self-evaluation and wipe the screen clean, if you will, and start January and the new year off with a bang. That's always a great thing to be reminded about, that you have the power to talk to your people, find out what it is that makes them tick, to get the best out of them, and that's obviously the most important thing going on. So hey, even if you had a great year, it's still a good time to evaluate and find out how to squeeze the water out of the rag just a little bit more. So other than that, I hope everybody's set up to have a good rest of the month here. I'm going to be doing another broadcast here this week, so I wanted to keep this one tight and short. If you're going into work this morning, I want you to be fired up and motivated. It's the end of the year. People have money to spend in their pockets, and even more important than that, they're starting to do taxes. So they're starting to be aware that there's more money coming to them this year because of the tax cuts from last year. So just remember, those down payments are going to be burning a hole in customers' pockets, and most of them have already spent that money looking at stuff online before they've even filed for their taxes. So if you want to be one of the dealerships that takes advantage of early traffic in the beginning, end of January, beginning of February, when the money starts dropping from the government into the pockets of Americans in your area, Genesis has 14 different types of tax samples that I would run for the second half of January into February through March, and we've started booking those this week. So if anybody's interested in that, please follow us on Facebook. Follow myself, Ryan Miller, on Facebook. We also have a Sales Syndicate sales support group Facebook page you can check out. Our website, genesismailers.com, genesiseblast.com. On that note, we have a new website dropping shortly. We're anticipating, hopefully by next week, but you never know how those things go, getting it out to you and the public. We're going to be marketing that and pushing it heavy. We want everybody to take a look at what we've been doing at Genesis, especially behind the curtain over the last few years. We're finally able to put it all on a webpage and really expand ourselves, so we're looking forward to that. So whether you're at work, a day off, or looking for some me time, thank you for listening to this. I appreciate it. I want you to have the biggest close to the year possible, and that starts with maximizing every single opportunity that's in front of you. Ask the questions, get the answers. The more no's you hear, the quicker you are to getting a yes. Yeses equal paychecks. The paycheck for the end of the year is the most important with our retail spending frenzy that we all go on. So everybody help each other, support each other, do whatever it takes to be great. This is Ryan Miller, General Manager at GenesisMailers.com, and we'll be chatting with you soon.